7:15 Sunday night, right? Sunday night live talk forum. Here we are. It's me, Lynn Rene MacDonald, and it is time for our live talk forum here in Virginia Beach. It's for 7:15 every Sunday night. What we do here is we talk about everything love energy. Any kind of questions you want to have answered. We have a live audience here. You know how we work. We have 3 different shows weekly, and this is our Sunday night show, the live talk forum. I'm sure everybody will be coming on shortly. We have people here for our live audience tonight. We have Joey, we have Mark, we have Madeline, we have Lovely, our shop mascot. And then we also have my amazing assistants, Jennifer and Rachel, here tonight. So thank you guys, and thank you everybody for coming. We're going to have a great night and a lot of fun stuff to talk about here. We're going to give everybody on the internet a few minutes to come on up onto the show. If you have any questions, by all means, get your questions together. We have a lot of cool stuff to talk about, some metaphysical experiences, lots of fun tonight. Also, our show is done on donation. As many of you know, you can send a donation via PayPal, or you can also send it on Venmo. Rachel will usually post the links, but you can also send a check or money order or cash to our shop and center to help us keep everything that we do going. But you can also share energetically as well. In other words, share our stuff with people, share our stuff with everybody. We work together to change the world from love. I know you guys hear me say this all the time, but the more we get it out there, the better, right? Can't fight the darkness unless you're really, really giving it your best shot. And that's for anything. Anything you want to manifest and happen to great propensity, you got to give it everything you got from love. And that's how you do it. And that's how you be your best self, best of everything that you are and want to be and so desire to be. All right? And that's how it works. So tonight, I'm just getting on my rings here. Little by little, I'm getting my shit together. We got our sage pot going. It's really fiery. I don't know if you can see it. I'll sage all you guys. Sage me too. Sage all of us, right? Okay, so I'm just going to finish putting on my rings here. Do we have any questions from last week?
No.
Okay. So if you guys got questions, definitely post them up here. That will be great. I think, is this Bailey here tonight?
Yeah.
Hi, Bailey. I see you there. Hi, Nicole. I see you too.
Teresa,
Thanks for coming. Oh, and I thought I saw Teresa up there. Hi, girl. Thanks for coming. I think she was like the first one up here. Yeah. And then we got Joey and Mark and Madeline again here tonight. So tonight we got some really cool stories to share with you. I thought I was feeling like making everything a little bit lighter metaphysically with God or universe, which would be a really like a lot of nice fun by sharing some of the stories tonight and sharing some wisdom that I had come in just recently, and we were just talking about it at the shop. I was just going through it. I did a fixed star chart for my chart in astrology, and I'll share that with you, a little bit of that stuff tonight. It's absolutely fascinating, and it's cool to explore these things because we learn so much about ourselves and so much about everything that is God, everything that is love, both on our own personal level as well as stuff that we learn that doesn't behoove us, as well as we learn about our gifts and wisdom. But a lot of people don't do anything with the stars or even realize there's fixed stars and that there's all these different stars in astrology along with the planets, the houses and everything else in astrology, all these different placements. But a lot of people don't know about them, and I believe that there's 200, some people say there's 271 stars that they recognize, and then other people say there's 286. So there's a lot of different ideas, but I'm sure just like people and just like galaxies and just like worlds and all that is God, I'm sure that it is infinite. So thank you all tonight for coming, and I just want to say thank you too. We're going to talk about that and the fixed stars and stars, and we're going to talk about it in reference to my chart. And also, what are you laughing about over there?
Kathy Warmack just popped on and she says, "Hey, I'm here."
All right. Hi, Kathy. Thanks for coming. All right, so we're going to talk about fixed stars, a little bit about that. I'm going to share some of the cool wisdom about that. And also, I'm going to share one of my cool metaphysical experiences with you that I had the last few weeks, over the last, I want to say about a week and a half. which will be really cool and kind of light, because we're always talking about like the collective and the darkness and crappy stuff out there, and or toxic stuff. And so I'm being guided by higher knowing to talk about really cool stuff. And Mark, if you sitting by love?
Yeah.
Okay, if you wanted to pull up a chair, you can too. Same thing with you, Madeline. It's a small group, so you guys are more than welcome, to kind of get in the circle.
Sit on you.
Sit on me? No, not that personal. I get you're my kid, but not that personal, right? Okay, so tonight we're going to have a great time. I'm super excited. I'm finishing putting on my rings here, and we're going to get the show on the road, too. All right, so we got no questions from last week. And I just totally want to say thank you, everybody, for your donations. Everybody who donates, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're super grateful. And for anything you donate energetically, send us good vibes, get it out to the world. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. We're super, super grateful to everybody, okay? So I don't want to forget ever to be grateful. Even when I don't say it, I am super grateful for all you guys. Thanks for supporting us. Thank you for sharing your gifts with us as well. We have a great time together, and thank you. All right. And okay. So that said, I'm almost done putting my stuff on. I'm just going to ask God to clear out any energy, have the best harmony, best time, best gifts, best tools, best wisdom, God's honest truth, solutions, everything, love, energy that is God, the best storytelling gifts, the best of everything we need, communication, listening, skills, words, tools, everything we need, best fun, happiness, joy, everything we need from love in the purest form for our show tonight and for our lives and in everything that we are, be, say, do, and create, and all that it is from love in the purest form. And thank you, God, for that for us in our souls and in all we are, be, say, do, and create in the best way for us and all or something better. Thank you, God, for that for us. This said, all right. Any questions, Jen? Anybody coming up with some questions?
Not currently that I see. Rachel, do you see any?
Nope, not on mine.
None. Okay. How about you, Madeline? You have any questions for tonight?
I have questions about my future, but I don't know that I want to
share.
Ask or. Yeah.
Okay. You want a few minutes to think about it? In other words, I'll come back to you.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, so Madeline's going to think about it. Madeline's kind of like not really wanting to share or not very comfortable with sharing. So let's ask God that if it's what's best, that you're able to from love, right? Thanks, God, for that for us. Because I'm sure there's a lot of people who are nervous about sharing, not everybody wants to get out there and share their stuff. And it's a tough thing to do sometimes. It absolutely is. Okay, so how about you, Mark? Any questions for tonight?
Yeah.
Anything you think about? Okay, here comes Mark. Watch out. Okay, go ahead, Mark.
I guess I want to know what you get on, like, the business as a whole, the name, So, those two things. I guess.
Okay. What did I tell you? Do you remember what I said to you? I said Mark's going to come in here and he's going to ask me about his business. That's what I said to her. All right. Actually, this is the God's honest truth that I get. Mark is asking about his business. He just went into business for himself. Did you not?
Yeah.
I want to make sure I got the facts in Earth World right.
Yeah,
all right. So, and this is...
Licensed and insured.
He's licensed and insured. He needs to make me tell you that. He needs to make that a point, right? Good. All right. So Mark has now his own AC heating and how is it? Heating and
cooling. Yeah.
Heating and cooling. I want to know the right words, so I use the right words, right? And Mark does absolutely fabulous work. He's a master at this work. There is no doubt about it. Putting aside my personal feelings for Mark, totally that Mark is great at what he does, and I trust him, and he's great. There's no question about that. And he has many years' experiences, and he's here in the Virginia Beach, Chesapeake area. So anybody who needs an excellent heating, cooling guy, he does our shopping center. He's fantastic at what he does, and he tries to help people. Really does his best to help people from his heart. And Mark is in his heart, and so he wants to know about his business and how it's going to do, and was just asking about the name. So I'm going to share that all with you. So if you guys are here, and I think he's actually affiliated with our associate Rachel in some way, without saying that, like they might be boyfriend and girlfriend, but right now we're just kind of friends or something and that kind of shit. and they're like totally embarrassed, but they love me and I love them. So anyways, so the reason we're sharing this though seriously is because Mark does really great work, and he's one of our people, right? And in these new times especially, we want to help out each other. We want to do nice things for each other, and we want to be in our hearts. So even when I'm messing with them like this, it's from love. I'm not really being shitty. If I really wanted to be shitty, I'd say mean and nasty things. But I'm not that person. Amazing, right? So seriously, Mark does great work, and in these times we want to give work or share what people do from love to help everybody. Like, you guys know about Wendy's boxes. You guys know about there were some other people who came in, and the artwork from Cheyenne, right? Cheyenne had this beautiful artwork here, right? And we're gonna also share about Mark's services as well, because apparently Mark had a question, and then boom, here it is. It comes in to help Mark out, because Mark is one of our people, right? Okay, so thanks, Mark. So Mark wants a reading on what's going on. At first, when I heard your business, as a normal rule, I would never name my business that name, right? Because, right, from high-end knowing across the board, but I'm going to tell you some stuff before we get into it, across the board, the name Pisces, right, the astrological sign of Pisces, for most people in Earth world metaphysically, carries a whole lot of toxic stuff. It carries mental illness, what do you call it, unwellness, not well thinking, addiction, a lot of toxic energies, self-imprisonment, imprisonment in your mind kind of thing, actual prisons, right? So, but on the other side of that coin, it promotes channeled energy, high-end enlightenment, and beautiful and amazing things, right? Dreams, creative, endless creativity, right? So it's a duality there, absolutely. It's Pisces and Virgo, right? So there's a lot of really great things here. In fact, it is the heart of the collective, right? So when I first heard that you were going to name it, is it Pisces Mechanical? Okay, I just want to make sure I got the right name. Yeah, when I first heard that, I was like, oh, right? And we got some other names that came in for you as well. But what's amazing is through time, I feel like your soul is taking this energy and it's making it great things. Does that make sense? And I'm psyched about it. I'm actually really psyched about it. I feel that you've put your heart behind it in the energy, and as universe has told you through me before, and I'm sure through your own heart and your own soul, right? Universe has told you that over the last 3 years or however long we've known you. Have I known you for about 3 years, I think?
It's been about 2. Yeah.
Has it only been 2?
I think it's been a little over 2. I think I came in April of 2020 or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's been the last few years then.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. So, thank you, God, for bringing me back to where we were. But over this time, we've told you for a long time now, for that whole time, that you were going to go into business for yourself, didn't we? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you were going to do really great at it, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I still see all of these things. And I love what your soul has done. It's really got excited about it. It's really put that energy into it. And I feel great about it now. And I just want to share that with you because it's really important, you know what I mean? So that you know. And I see great things. I see success. I see really amazing things for you. I see you building up and going with it. You're great at what you do and you love what you do. And when you have those gifts, you can't go wrong as long as you're always in your heart. And you are that guy, and you're working on your stuff, Mm-hmm. So I do see, like I said, really great, amazing things coming in for you with this. So it will be successful. What I do love is that we've told you over and over, and everything, though, in God's time, right? Mm-hmm. So when it is time is when it happened. So what happened? Universe, with your soul, in other words, with the situation with your old job, not having your old job, right? That was basically the catalyst to get you to do it, because we told you over and over, or God told you through us and other avenues that you were going to do this, right? And you were like, yeah, not ready or whatever, or didn't happen, you know what I mean? And that's okay, right? But what happened is your soul brought it to you, hooked up to God in earth world and said, here it is, via you. All of a sudden, your job, the place where you work at, falls apart and there really isn't a job there. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's not like you got fired or something like that, because that's really not what happened here. This is a massive mismanagement of funds is what I get. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your old company had a massive mismanagement of funds, right? But it was all part of the grand design of God, right? For their journey as well as yours, because you would not have let go of this job any other way and rocketed forward to your new dreams. It had to happen that way in Earth World via Aries. Aries is action in Earth World, and that is what needed to happen in physical Earth World for you to go for it. Do you see what I'm saying? There was no other way you were going to go for it. So your soul, your subconscious soul, your Pisces, right? Yeah, it totally picked up this energy and went for it. You know what I mean? And then your Aries energy created this with God or love or universe. And now you have this great new business. I'm super excited. Look at what you've done. You're action, man. You got a new van. You're being responsible. Saturn fucking loves responsibility. Like you took your little sports car and it's hot, right? And you said, well, I need to do the right thing for my dreams and my business. So I'm going to trade in my car for this van because it's economical. That's what I need in these times. And this is what I need to make my business a success, right? Be great to drive around in your car, but the truth is it's not where you need everything that you need.
I miss my car, but yeah.
Yeah, but you know
You're
what?
right,
But
yeah,
in
you're
time, as your success grows, you'll have 5 cars.
Right.
You know what I mean? You'll probably have 3 houses, 6 dogs. I mean, you'll have whatever you, and I'm not kidding about these numbers, right? They just don't, I don't just pretend and dream of these things. These things just come in. Do you see what I'm saying? So, that said, this all feels really super good for you. This is all the stuff that's coming in. So you will have a car, but Saturn's going to reward you immensely. You're a super hard worker, right? You're responsible. You do your best to be responsible, honorable, have integrity, so you got your stuff together. And so, and you're a very hard worker, and that's all Saturnian. Yeah. So I see you as being a super success, right? I already told Rachel to call your company and get you out here. Because we need your services every spring and whenever we need them. So, yeah. And so I'm excited about that. And I'm super excited for you. Ultimately, this is all part of the new world and we want great things for everybody. Yeah. So I see it as being a great success. So keep on going. And if you need any help or guidance and assistance, we will gladly help you. You know that. And that is what the new world is about. It's about helping each other, encouraging each other, sharing with each other. You know what I mean? Okay. So anything else from you? You have any questions in reference to this?
No, I think that's it.
Yeah. And aren't you glad that we put that name shit to rest here?
Yeah.
Because at first it wasn't that way, but your soul has a magical alchemy within it. Absolutely. That's Aries and Pisces, right? So it definitely has a magical alchemy in it to create beautiful things out of what, let's say, most of the Earth world people can't do. Really neat stuff.
Yeah.
Really neat.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. And thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, so who's next? Joey, you have a question? I doubt you do, but go ahead. Do you have one?
No questions. Maybe just some comments, I guess.
Sure, go ahead. Please share. Joey's with us here tonight, so he's going to share some comments too, and anybody else, because we're a small group tonight. Go ahead.
Yeah, so...
Gotta speak up though, okay?
Sure.
Please. Thank you.
What I wanted to say was, okay, what I'm going to say, it's not going to make sense if you judge what I say by what is outside of you. It doesn't work that way.
Okay.
Heaven's already here, and it's waiting for you to align with it. How do you align with it? You do the inner work.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Inner work, people.
Align with heaven.
Exactly. I'm telling you, that's what it's all about. And we can skip any kind of fear mongering. Okay, so you haven't done all the inner work yet, right? We feel like there's so much left to do. Well, there's actually nothing left for you to do. You know why? All you have to do is stay in the center. If you let yourself fall victim to the environment by placing feelings and attachments to the things that happen to you, you are doing the wrong thing. By doing anything, you are doing the wrong thing, I'm telling you. And that doesn't mean just sit still and allow everything to overwhelm you. No, it means to just be and go with the flow. When you go with the flow, every single barrier in your life is going to remove itself. Isn't that magical? You had to do nothing.
Yeah.
But just be.
Yeah.
Okay?
Cool shit.
So.
All right.
If you're doing that, if you can battle the darkest thoughts that you're having right now, because I'm telling you, we're right there.
Yeah.
If you can let yourself just sit in silence with those horrible demons, this is the last. I'm telling you, this is the last of it. If you can keep it together, and if you can stay in the center, then I'm telling you, what's on the outside is going to start reflecting that.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, what a splendor it is when all of that starts to unfold. So we have to understand that consciousness, when we set these boundaries, we're preventing the consciousness from connecting with everything around us.
Okay.
The goal is to remove the boundaries, to encourage unity consciousness. And by doing the simple work that we're doing here right now, and just saying these things, this is how it starts. This can be the final chapter if we allow that. I want to allow that.
Okay.
Because I'm done with suffering, and I know everyone else is too.
I agree.
So.
I agree.
What do we do from here on out in what is potentially the vortex of the last chapters before we can all just be happy and do what we're supposed to do in this lifetime here, which is to bring this about. And then once it's about, we just be, and our dreams are here. There's nothing left to do but create.
Okay. That said, I'm going to cut you off because I want to go on back with the show. And I know you get in the zone, man. And it's awesome. And I love your wisdom. Yeah. But we're going to come back and let you talk more. Is that cool?
100%.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. And thank you for your input because it's awesome. And I just want to make a commentary in my practical words to me, what Joey is saying here to help all my people and everybody as well understand that what he is talking about is this is the last stages of this darkness and stuff that we have to fight, and by doing our inner work we change everything, and just by being in the zone and being in our hearts, and we have the power to get through these difficult times. Correct?
100%.
Yeah, and in his own special way, which all of us have our own special gifts. So this is part of what Joey's wisdom is with us, and if I missed anything, we'll come back to you, and if you want to add anything, by all means. Okay, man?
100%, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn.
All right, thank you. Okay, you too, man. You too, thank you. All right, so Rachel, any more questions here?
Yeah, I got a comment from Bailey I wanted to share.
Bailey! Go ahead.
She said that she wanted to mention she called at 3:33 today and has been seeing a lot of multiples still lately.
Okay. She called at 3:33 today and has what?
She's been seeing a lot of multiples lately, so I guess a lot of repeating
multiple numbers? Okay. Communication, Neptune and Pisces. People go multiple. Multiple what? Multiple children? Multiple numbers? Multiple dollars? Right? Okay. Thanks, Bailey. All right. So you've been seeing a lot of magical messages from universe, which is great. And you totally made a breakthrough just last night with your gifts, Bailey. You're super, super gifted. Incredible gifts you have. And I'm so excited to see how everything evolves into the future with your healing gifts, Bailey. You're an incredible healer, and you're so fucking intuitive. We were sitting in the shop when you visited the other day, and Rachel was sitting there, and you were like spewing out stuff, and you're like, I can't stand that guy. That guy's toxic. Da 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 da. And you were like, and then you were talking about something else, and you're talking about something else, and you're like, and Rachel goes to me when you leave. She goes, oh my God, she's so connected. And I'm like, I know. And that's what makes you so beautiful. So much of your beauty, Bailey, is that you don't even fucking consciously even realize it. And this is for all of us. It's so incredible. Just like I'm sure, Mark, that you didn't really know consciously about that Pisces gift that you had, right? Yeah, that's like just the amazing, beautiful stuff that our souls can do and have. And it's just incredible stuff. So I just wanted to share that with you, Bailey, because I thought it was a riot, because Rachel was like, oh my God, Bailey's amazing, because you truly are. So that said, I'm going to just run back here a minute and see. Hi, Molly. Hi, Sophia. Say hi to them. They just came in a little bit ago. Do you guys have any questions back there?
Not at the moment.
Okay. All right. What about on internet?
Jen's got next one.
Jen? Okay, Jen's got next question.
Well, I think there were some nice reactions to Joey. Kathy said, good way to look at it. And Teresa said she needed to hear this today. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
So I thought that was
Awesome.
super cool.
Yeah.
Nikki also would like to get a reading on the painting of slate art that she, or slate artwork, that she mounted on her wall. And I have the pics of it. There's 2 pics. There's one in the light and one in the dark, so you could see, and you just,
Okay, so Nikki Opera, you sent these pics here of some artwork that you got on your wall. Okay, so the way I see it, so you have 3 different things, and it's this one painting thing. All right, God. This is it, right, girl? I hope everybody can see it on there. I'm going to try to keep the glare out of it. I don't know if that works. You guys can see. So that's Nikki's painting. She wants a reading on it. All right. So what's the God's honest truth here? Gifts, wisdom, tools for Nikki Opper, and why you have this on your wall. I see that you have other candles around this. I feel like this is in your bedroom. Is it in your bedroom? I do feel like it's in your room. Is it above your bed by any chance? I'm just looking here. Oh, cool. Okay, so she has some more with the lights on it. I actually like it more with the light on it. So I'm just going to kind of like, and with the lights around it, I actually think that's really cool too. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, I really like that. It's just cool. Did you guys see it?
I like it.
Yeah,
I think
it's really pretty cool. As soon as I do the reading, I'm going to pass it around. That way you guys can see it if it's all right with you with the phone. Will Rachel be able to man the ship without you?
I just told her she's got Nikki's comments.
Right. Okay. So it's interesting, Nikki, because there's a lot going on in this picture. Is there anything you can tell me about where you got this picture? And what this is? This is like it feels like it's almost like 3-dimensional, and it's really unique. So ask her to tell me anything about it, like the material. It feels 3-dimensional almost. It's got like these hooks on it, or is that just the background hooks on it? And it's a piece of slate. Is that what she said? It's a slate painting, so it's painted on stone. Okay.
It's in our living room.
Okay. Was it in her bedroom? Because all right, let me know, because it has a lot of bedroom energy, and it makes sense though, because it's nighttime, and what do you do at night? You sleep, right? So I feel like if it's not over your bed, you may move it there, because I don't feel like it belongs there. I don't feel like it belongs in your living room. I feel like it belongs above your bed, like above the headrest thing. All right. So this said, as I'm looking at it, what's interesting is it reminds me of the things hidden underneath the covers, the things hidden under cover of darkness. But there's a lot of moon energy in here. There's a lot of, I don't know if you guys can see from there, but you have the moon. You have, there's also, it's strange because I want to like this girl and I want to feel like she's light, but the moon coming out of her head is like, there's some energy in there that is like, it's almost like darkness and the light is coming out of this. So I almost feel like it looks like a horn coming out of her head, the crescent moon out of there. So I feel like this is about balancing the dark and the light, which is really neat. Also, the girl's eyes, they're a bit strange, and this doesn't mean that it's not really neat and that the painting itself isn't beautiful. It absolutely is, but there's definitely strong elements of darkness in this painting. It totally makes sense to me. When I look at it and I see this, right? When I look at the girl's face, I want to say that she's pretty and she's warm and she's angelic, but she's not. And that, if you can see it, she's really not. Okay. And now this isn't meant to be a bad thing. I don't know if you can see that. I want to say it almost looks like one eye is like not right, almost like she was like, I don't want to say bludgeoned in the face, right? But where her eye is, right? It's so weird, right? And while it's, I can see how people would say that, it's a pretty painting, but it has a lot of mystery. It has a lot of darkness in it. And now, as crazy as this may make you may seem, and you might be upset with this reading, but it is not a reading to make you upset. It's a reading to tell you the truth about the energy of it, so that we can clear this out. We can change this, and so that you can understand what this painting, the elements that this brings here. This brings a balance of darkness and light to you. In other words, it's about self-healing. It's about healing the darkness in you. So this is what is going on here. And if you notice, she's holding the moon, right? The moon is your subconscious. The moon is your highest heart self. The moon is all you and in your soul, your subconscious soul. So if you see that she's holding this, right? She's holding this, and the moon is truly who we are. It is our subconscious soul, is our genius. It's totally who we are. Everybody understand that? So this is what this is about, Nikki. This is about you. This is about your healing. And what's wild is I can't really tell what's on the bottom part, but it almost feels like it's the moon over the ocean, and it feels almost like a violent ocean, right? And that would be the ocean of emotion, right? Which is what your moon sign is about. Cancer is your moon and water sign, right? And that's the doorway to your subconscious soul and all your emotions. So, and then that little moon up here is almost like a devil horn, and what's coming in, right? What that represents, right? And you can see also the stars, the moon and the stars all around her head, right? All around there, right? You can see that. And so with that, what's coming in is it hooks up to all that is God, all that is astrology, the stars, right? But that little horn, right? And if you see, it's on the same side of the head where her eye is just a little strange, So to me, what this feels like, this whole energy, what's coming in, right? It's all like orange in this picture. At least it has a lot of orange and warms. It's hot and fire energy, right? The difference between fire and rage, right? Fire, rage, passion energy, right? Balancing your emotions, balancing the choppy waters, your subconscious soul. So this is like healing the fact that it's in the darkness. It's nighttime. It looks like she's undercover. She's a little bit hidden. She's protected, right? Under cover of darkness. And that is all about healing you in your deepest, darkest, most secretive, buried secrets in your soul. So the darkness that's in your soul. So this is all about that, which is really, really cool. So this is also why it's coming in to put it in at night, because your soul does so much of its work. Everybody thinks, we live consciously. We go to, out here in our reality and earth world, and we do, but our soul does massive amounts of traveling, massive amounts of healing, massive amounts of work behind the scenes when we're sleeping, which is really cool. So this definitely comes in as a nighttime energy and nighttime piece. Yes, by all means, if you feel it needs to be in your living room, then absolutely you leave it there. Again, it is very beautiful. If it's okay, I'm going to pass it around here to everybody if they want to take a look at it. Thank you for sharing. So that's what it's doing, Nikki. It's helping you assess the darkness in your soul, balance the darkness and the light, the deepest, darkest, undercover stuff, right? The stuff that you do at night. So putting it above your bed is where it feels most comfortable, the energy of that piece. Okay? So, and if you have any questions, by all means, tell me. The fact that it is a slate, interesting enough, is like cleaning the slate. The slate of all that was, of the past, right? The past, the darkness. And also the fact that it is a painting on top of that is about creativity, creation, creating a new slate, a new life, a new you, a new subconscious, a new way of being from love. So all of that comes in with that. Okay, girl? All right. Yeah.
She said that it's funny because where she has it on her wall, it's right across from a mirror. So I guess the mirror and the painting face each other. And the mirror is a white woven flower, and she always called the mirror her sun. So she said it was funny.
Sun and the moon. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who we are in the day and who we are at night. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Neat. Neat stuff, right? It's like your rising sign and your moon sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool shit. So it really is a beautiful piece. It does have darkness in it, absolutely, and I know that your soul picked it out for you. And so that means that it's calling that energy in for your best healing and your best growth and everything that we just talked about. All right, girl? All right, thanks. All right, anybody else? You have a question, or she does?
Reading.
Yeah, it was a cool reading, right?
I'm excited for Nikki.
Yeah, I'm excited for her too. Yeah. I just want to ask, is there anything else in there? In terms of past life stuff that comes in with that. Thank you, God, because I feel like it has a massive connection to past life healing of the darkness, which would be in here as well and goes with everything that we said. But I feel like there's more to it, and because I feel when I get in that energy, for me personally, it feels really disturbing, right? It's not a painting that I would hang on the wall personally, right? And there's a lot of disturbing energy, but this again is about healing, right? So I'd like to go into those places and ask God for that for us and for our best healing from love. And thank you, God, for that for all of us, because we all have these dark spaces in us somewhere, our own little demons, our own little shit, you know what I mean? So thank you. And it is a nice piece. It absolutely is, and it's super cool. Okay, so anyone else?
Nikki says thank you.
Thank you,
that was
Nikki.
Really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I
agree.
have Kathy Womack. She's next. You did a reading for her mom on her mom.
Okay.
I think it was 2 lives ago or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
She's looking to see if you could do another reading for her with her mom, Patsy, because Kathy's birthday is in 2 days, and her mom used to spend birthdays together. And she feels like her mom visits her at night every time on her birthday.
Oh, your mom visits you all the time, Kathy. Your mom visits you all the time, whether you are consciously aware of it or not. She absolutely does. Okay, so Kathy wants a reading, for now with her mom. And Kathy's birthday is in a few days, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And her mom's name is Patsy.
Right, and Patsy, we talked about Patsy the other day. I think it was like last week, and we did a reading on this. And for everybody, if you think that we don't get to your questions, or you don't get your readings done, or you have a question that doesn't get answered, please be patient. We are definitely going to answer your questions. Sometimes they go over to the following week, but we will get to it. Feel free to remind us. But remember, when you talk to people, come from love, right? You get more. What is it? What is this saying? You catch more flies with honey. That's right. That's right. But be authentic and in your heart, right? So we will always get to your questions. This is what I want to tell you. So don't be afraid to remind us in these times, especially because there's so much going on in all of our lives, in our personal lives, as well as with business and work and everything that's going on. So please do remind us, okay? That said, thanks God for bringing Kathy's mother in, Patsy again. Is there anything best that you can tell us for Kathy's birthday? When is her birthday, did she say? She said it's like in 2 days, she said?
Kathy's birthday is May 3rd.
May 3rd. So they celebrate Kathy's birthday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What she's telling me is she's saying to you, Kathy, that she knows, she wants you to know that she wouldn't miss it for the world. Wouldn't miss it for the world. She's also talking about flowers, the color red roses and red passion, flowers and roses. She's telling me about roses. She's also telling me dinner. Did you guys have dinner together? Did you ever go out to dinner together? Because she's telling me about dinners together, going out to dinner, going out to lunch, having dinners together. I feel like this is something that you did or would do for birthdays or for celebrations, but this is definitely coming in for you. Let me just see with her. She's also saying something about, she's showing me images of horseback riding. And when you were a kid, did you ever ride a horse or a pony? She's showing me images of you on a pony for one birthday, almost like at a farm or some kind of pony stuff, or either that, or you could have had your kids who rode on a pony in the past. But she's connecting to this energy with birthdays and times when she was there through everything with you. And so she remembers everything. She knows about everything, and this never leaves her. It's always in her soul. soul, and she wants you to know this. Okay, let me just see. She's going to be with you your whole birthday, but she doesn't want you to cry. She wants you to have the best time, okay? The best time. And she's going to let you know you're there. And it's funny because she's telling me it's going to be through a surprise. It's not going to be through something that I'm going to say here. She's going to come in and surprise you, okay? So get ready for that. She will be around, and she is around. There's also something about an Afghan or a quilt. Okay, now these could be presents for your birthday, but she's making these connections to things that you should be able to pick up right away and know that it's her and what she's talking about. And if you do not, ask God, ask love that you do. Okay, sometimes they'll be more in depth with it. I do feel like she's trying to almost like hurry and get a whole bunch of stuff out to relate to you. Okay, I'm just going to talk to her about this. All right. She's also telling me about spaghetti and meatballs. All right. So either you like spaghetti and meatballs, somebody likes spaghetti and meatballs, she likes spaghetti and meatballs, or you could add a birthday with spaghetti and meatballs. It's really pretty cool. All right. She's telling me about grilled cheese and macaroni and cheese. She's telling me about a lot of good food. Who doesn't love good food, right? All right. Now she's getting more serious too. She's oh wow. Who? This is very emotional. She wants me to tell you that when you go to bed at night and you're in your bed, and when you are in your most difficult or darkest spot, that she says she comes there and she holds you. Okay? Ooh, and it's really, really cool. Hold on a minute. Yeah. She's saying she gets in there and lays with you and holds you. And it's really, really amazing. And this is because there's more healing to do. Obviously, in all of us, we all have healing, but in reference to her and in our lives. But she doesn't ever, ever stop being your mom, okay? And she wants you to know that. All because she's not here in physical earth world doesn't mean that she's not around you all the time. And she is, and she loves you so much. So she wants me to tell you that. Funny, and I wanted to say happy birthday, right? But what she's telling me is Merry Christmas. And I'm like, okay, Merry Christmas. So that's really cool. All right. So if you have more questions with it, just let us know. Anything else? Did she say anything? Or
yeah,
comment?
I got a few things for you.
Okay.
She said that yes, for the horses, they grew up on a farm, so they always rode the family horses.
Neat. Okay, great.
And that every year she would get spaghetti.
Oh, every year, hear that? Every year she would get spaghetti, Kathy, Sharon, and they grew up on a farm with horses. How cool is that? Thank you, God, right? Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
She was also asking, too, if you could please tell her mom that she loves her.
Yeah. But I can tell your mom, Kathy, that you love her, but she already knows, and I will, and she knows. And also, she says, but you can tell her that too, because she hears what you say. She hears what you say all the time. She knows how you feel. She's connected to you, all because she isn't here in the way that we think in physical earth world. Doesn't mean that she's not here, right? She's always in here, right? Always in here, okay? And she's around you all the time, all right? Okay. And I'm telling her that you love her. And she's going, she knows already. Stop. She knows. Yeah. Yeah, I love your mom. Her energy is really lovely. Yeah, I love her. She's really lovely. She's a great mom. She's a great mom. She's saying that's why I don't want to leave her. So she loves you, Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, so who's next?
Dawn Santarello is on a lighter note. She would like to know, do you see me spending the summer in Europe with my Mark?
Hold on, Dawn. I got to get my shit together with your life. I have to figure out who is in the projection for your dates, who you're dating. All right.
Said I hope Mark's not watching.
All right, God. What's the God's honest truth for Dawn with Mark? So Dawn is asking, Jennifer, if she's going to be with her boyfriend Mark in the summer, this summer.
In Europe.
In Europe.
Yeah, if they're spending the summer in Europe together.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that, Dawn. I'm not feeling that. I don't know if you discussed it or not, but I am not feeling that. And it's not because of you. It's not because there's something wrong with your boyfriend and you. It is not the reason. I feel like tensions are going to escalate in Europe and over there, and that's why it's not going to happen. I feel like there's a propensity for some kind of big shit, or, you know, when I say some kind of big shit, we all think, oh my God, nuclear bomb or Russia or this or that. It could be something like that, but it feels different from that. It feels like more like sanctions and crap like that, like propaganda lies and things where they won't let the people travel, or some kind of shit happens here, or you know, it just is a hotbed of toxic. So I feel like you won't be going. And when you say for the summer, to me the summer is like June, July, and August, or is it 1 month, or is it 2 weeks? But I don't feel like if you do go, it would be for the entire summer. But it feels like it's too volatile over there. I feel like there'll be something going on behind the scenes that the general public isn't privy to. So they'll be like, oh, there's sanctions, or you can't travel here. But ultimately, there's a big ass battle over there, dark and light. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all comes out. But they're going to, you know, the general here on the surface Earth world, there's going to be lots of lies and propaganda about what's really going on there, and regulations and rules to, like, oh, there's an outbreak of COVID, but that's not really what's going on there. That's not the God's honest truth. So no, the answer is no, but it's not a detriment that let's say the guy doesn't want to be with you. It doesn't feel like that. It just feels like you just can't, because there are other circumstances out here that prevent that. Okay, so I don't want to disappoint you, but that's what they're telling me. But that doesn't mean there can't be and won't be vacations in the future. You're a vacation girl, Dawn. You'll create new ones. There's no doubt in my mind. And just like boyfriends, you'll create new ones, right? Okay. All right. Only if you so choose, right? From love. Okay. So who's next?
Jessie May. She's wondering about. She says, feeling like there's just a funk in the universe today, and she's wondering about anybody else if they're feeling it.
Well, Jessie, that makes sense. That makes total sense. Jessie's feeling a funk, she says, in the universe. Let me tell you, every day in our house, it's like every day has been rough ass energy. You know, not unlike Joey said. He said these times are you know, this is the last. This is some of your deepest, darkest shit, you know, that you got to go through, and this is some big ass shit. So you're going to be feeling funk. You're going to be feeling cranky. You're going to feel like you want to bite somebody's head off. Sometimes you're going to feel like you want to hide. You're going to feel like you want to kill somebody. You feel like you want to scream. I mean, this energy is just pulling the shit out of us. So yes, there's a funk, and it comes in for different people at different times, depending on who resonates with the energy shifts going on in the planet. Like certain vibrational people who have certain things going on in them, waves of energy come in, and it will affect them and certain people at certain times, depending on the vibration of the energy that you are at within your soul. So while you would feel this, Jessie, I might feel the other stuff from the other morning, and you wouldn't feel that. But then by like 3 o'clock tomorrow, I might feel it. Do you see what you're feeling? Or I might feel something else, a little variation of different, depending on what energies are needed to pull this stuff out of us, all right? And as well as gifts and tools and doorways that need to open up, or with the release of this energy in our souls, okay? So this is what is coming in with that. So yes, I can believe there's a funk. I'm sure there's people here too, probably, who have some of that funk going on too, you know? Okay, so I'm going to stop with the internet questions for a few minutes, because I have Molly in the back who has a question too. So go ahead, Molly. What you got, girl?
Can I have a past life that you pick up on for my own healing that would be of benefit for me? And or if you get something random from universe or God.
Okay. All right, God. What's the God's honest truth of Molly? Molly would like a past life that she would like to know about. What's going on in her that would be for her best healing right now, a past life that comes in. Could you come up here a minute and just so that I can see your outfit and just read your energy? I want to see if there's anything on there that comes up. Thank you. And it's not like, I know you're modeling, right? What is on your shirt?
It's weirdly my mom's shirt, and it says Paradise on the bottom, because that's my life.
Oh, paradise. Okay. All right. So is that leaves?
It's a bird of paradise. I think it's a flower. It's
Okay.
leaves and a flower. It's
Okay.
green.
Okay.
This isn't my shirt. It's my mom's.
All right. What do you have around your neck?
This is my mom. This is one of my essential necklaces. This is my mom's necklace that she had when she was growing up, and so I have it. And then this is also one of my other essential necklaces. It's citrine.
Okay, so when you say essential,
Like the ones I buy.
you vibe with, so they're essential for you. So that's what you call them. This is my essential necklace.
Yes.
So did your mom give you that necklace, or is that your mom's necklace?
Yeah, she gave it to me.
Okay, and your shirt has to do with your mom, and your shirt was your mom's.
Yeah, because I wore a sweater when I left today, and I went to go over her house to lay in the massage chair, and I was too hot, so I took one of hers.
One of her shirts.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, girl. And it's a nice dark green earthy color.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Thanks, Molly. So I just asked Molly to come up here because what happens is we can read a whole ton from people's energy by what they wear, what they do, and what they say, right? So your past lives and everything about you is right here in you. It's ask and you shall receive. So you can read somebody's energy. Like I could look at somebody's shoes. Like Madeline has astrology boots on, right? Like my pair of astrology boots, that tells me Madeline has astrological gifts in astrology. Okay, so just like my sparkle boots here, right? They got pink and they're sparkly, right? This tells me that I'm working on self-love, right? Always working on self-love in our souls. We all are, right? That's the spiritual journey. Yeah, healthy self-love, right? So putting on sparkle boots, all right, helps me to elevate my heart, helps me to open my heart, but not just for the world, but for me, right? So and the same thing is true with past life stuff. So I'm going to ask God what anything there connects. Okay. And they're already talking to me about this. What's the God's honest truth? All right. So Molly went to her mom's house today, and then she borrowed one of her mom's shirts. And I'm asking her, I'm asking God about what's going on there, the God's honest truth. Yeah, what's coming in is some dark shit. I'm sure you can imagine that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost like I don't even want to talk about it. It's rough. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask God for the best words and to speak through me from love, as always, and the best words, wisdom, gifts, tools, everything that we need. Okay. Holy shit. Okay, so this is about, this lifetime that they're showing me for you is about past lives, right? But it is about one of your past lives. You've had many. You've had 17, 18, 23 past lives with your mother. And why 17, 18, and 23 comes in is those are the most prominent ones. All right? Look for those degrees in the astrology, in your chart, okay? In Pisces, okay? And in Cancer house. This is what they're telling me. Anywhere you have aspects to Pisces, Cancers, but these 2 degrees are very powerful degrees that are going to tell you the story, more into the story of this in your chart, okay? That said, what's coming in is Arabic lifetime. And Arabic lifetimes, right, your father, the actual father that you have in this lifetime is a sultan, okay? And your mother and you, right? So it's the same parents, okay?
What's a sultan?
And you. A sultan is like, I believe that a sultan is a person in a, kind of like a prince. They're in a power energy space. And you can look up the word sultan to get the exact definition online, but but it is definitely an Arabic prince kind of energy, or a king kind of energy, but he has a higher calling, just like, they have in England, they have the king and the queen, and they also have like the duchess and the duke, you know what I mean? It's like the equivalent of those kinds of things. So it also comes in, I see deserts and I see lots of sand, and I absolutely see a castle in this space. It's wild because it comes in as like almost like the castle that you see in Florida and Disneyland, where they have like tubes and like towers. You've seen that castle before, right?
I don't remember it. I know I went to Disneyland one time.
It's like when you go into the Magic Kingdom in Disneyland in Florida, it's kind of like that. It's like, even though that's not a real legitimate castle, but it's giving me a visual of a castle like that in like the middle of a desert, and there's a whole city there, and there's like sandstone, really neat stuff. But what's wild is, neat. I'm just talking to them about what we're connecting with this. All right, God. What comes in is, thanks God for bringing me all this information, God's honest truth of it. I do see horses. I do see them coming in on horses. I feel like you were separate. You were with your mother, and you had, they basically picked you up out of the desert. You were like in the desert, kind of like, have you ever seen the Prince of Egypt movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Prince of Egypt, when they wander around, and then like a whole bunch of, what was in that movie, who was the prince? What were the name of those people? Egyptians? Were they the Egyptians? Yeah, I think they were, right? When Moses came over in like the story of the Bible, right? Well, one of the things that they would do is, if they could assault people and pick up people and take them and make them slaves, that's what they did. And this is kind of what happened. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and it's interesting that I said, what's going on around your neck? Because when they say that, what's going on around your neck, like a dog collar, like a chain, like a slave, right? Yeah. So this is about that. And this is both for you and your mom, okay? You both had this life together. There's like an eternal sadness and a desperation and an energy that needs or behooves you to release in reference to this, both with your mom and with you, that at this point in your life will not be toxic energy because it won't manifest to that point right at this time, but at some point it will come out of you, this energy, in other words, and it can create very large health problems, that not unlike what it's doing in your mom. Does this make sense? So this energy, this incredible, and it breaks my heart, it really does, because I'm sad for your mom. In my people space, I'm sad for your mom. I know that this is her destiny and her things to heal, absolutely, right? But in my compassionate people space, I feel for her, because when I get in this space, there's so much sadness and suffering internally in her. Yes. And yeah. See, even you just said it, and it's gross. It's so detrimental, and it makes me have a whole bit. I can feel her sadness. It's literally making her physically sick.
Oh yeah, and I feel like I'm like my dad. I'm just like, ew, that's like gross. I can't relate to that. I just off myself personally if I had got to that point in my life.
You what?
I feel like I just like off myself if I ever got to that point in my life. And I don't know, I guess it's hard for me to have sympathy for her because, like, it's,
Yeah, and this is all stuff to work through, right? In time, right now I feel like you're a little harsh and a little cold with it. But you know that. You don't need me to tell you that. The whole thing is that just means that there's time, that there is stuff here to work on and change. Mm-hmm. And it's not unlike, Joey said, it's the stuff, in here. Yeah. I'm just going to ask God, what is the story behind that incredible sadness? Incredible sadness. And what can we release here for your mom and you, if they so desire it? Yeah, it's about being taken away kind of like from their village, which at that time it was like a traveling village. It's almost like, almost like gypsies. You know what I'm saying? A traveling village. But being taken away from your village, your home, the people you love, absolutely devastating for your mother, right? And while she was happy with you, on top of that energy, there's another like layer. It's like layers of devastation. There's another layer of, being basically, I guess the word, I don't know if the word would be indentured servant or a slave, because there's some pretty rough things that happened in that lifetime, sexually and in other ways, right, that are horrific for a mother or daughter or anyone to have to go through. Does that make sense? Yeah. And so many of us have these lives, and we say, well, why would that happen, right? It's all part of our journeys to get to sometimes the things that we have to learn about what we don't want, right? And learn about what we value and learn about love. But sometimes the pain is so great that we carry it, right? And this is why this is coming in, because our second house is our self-worth. It's our house of Taurus. It's about what we value. It's about our hearts. And this is some of the deepest, darkest stuff. You know what I mean? In some ways, I feel like you have resentment for your mother because of this lifetime and what happened, when really it's misplaced. But at the same time, it behooves your mother, obviously, to take responsibility for her stuff. And it's so painful, though, that she can't see it. Does that make sense?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask God to clear all this out. Are you good with that?
Yes, were we both like slaves?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and if you think about that without getting too much into it, because like they show me images and they tell me what's going on, but they show me them in the best, healthiest way to relay the information.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Because, it's rough shit, but if you can think about the horror of being a mom and having this for your child, you just like you said, you'd want to shoot yourself in a human space.
Oh, yeah. I just really feel the energy of that in her in this, so I connect it energetically, so it makes sense to me for healing.
Yeah.
So thank you.
You're welcome. You're super welcome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask God to grab hold of all this energy that is all of this in your mother and you and in all of us. If any of us have any of this energy, let us connect to it. Let us connect to it emotionally. Let us feel it, heal it, process it, release it, and clear it. And in place of this, put the best way to be from love in the purest form in this reality, any reality, and all that is. And thank you, God, for that for us in our souls and in all we are, be, say, do, and create, and all that it is in the best way for us and all, or something better. And thank you, God, for that for us.
Thank you, God, for that.
Heavy shit. You okay? Mm-hmm. All right. Do you need any tissues or anything?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. Let me know if you do. We got plenty of tissues. Rachel did the stock out. All right. Okay. So that said, Sophia, you have any question back there? You want to wait? Come back to you?
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
How about you, Mark? What you thinking about?
Nothing. I was just looking at my phone. I have to study for a bunch of fucking tests, so.
All right. Pray on it,
Am I
right?
gonna pass? Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I gonna pass?
No. All right, Madeline, anything? Anything come in for Madeline? Oh, you're the star at your job. You're like the newest, brightest, burning star. And let's ask God that you see yourself as that. Yeah. You're great at your job. You're great at what you do. You have an incredible work ethic that nobody else has there. You have your shit together. They all kind of are they're toxic. They're like discombobulated. They're disoriented. And part of your gifts is that you just go in there and you have these power tools and this power energy to straighten everything out. But they haven't put that together because they're so busy knowing the right thing to do. But there's no doubt. And Corey recognizes this. He knows you're a star. Okay? But this is also about you stepping into your own power and realizing that you're the star. Do you see? Yeah. You are really great and amazing. Yeah. And there's great things coming for you. I feel like in the next 3 to 6 weeks, you're going to be offered more jobs, on the side over here, like that Wednesday night job, right? And you're also going to be, offered a serving position. You know what I mean? And I feel like you're going to make buku bucks and you're going to master this energy in an instant. Yeah. You're really great at what you do, right? And the whole thing is you need to believe that. Whatever your dreams are, you can be anything and do anything and be great at it. as long as you love what you do. And love you, right? And believe in you. Yeah. Thank you, God, for these gifts for all of us from love in the purest form, and clear, heal, and change, and release anything and everything in us that stops this from happening for all of us. Really beautiful, amazing energy that we are, that we're free from not recognizing that in us. Right? So thank you for these gifts now, please, from love in the purest form, in this reality, any reality, and all that is, the release, healing, change, and creation from love, for Madeline and all of us who so desire it, in the best way for us and all or something better. Thank you, God, for that for us. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to know anything else? Your car loves you. Ellie Carr loves you. Yeah. Yeah, she's saying you love her too. You have it's nice when you love what you have and you're grateful. And she's grateful for you, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So you good? All right. How about you, Joey? Anything you want to add? Any questions or?
Yeah, I'll add something.
All right. Go ahead.
All right. Listen here. Every single one of you.
Joey's going to speak again. He's got some wisdom.
Look, again, I'm just going to say that it's hard right now. It sucks. But listen. And this is the truth. This is literally the word. It's going to be okay. You will be okay. I promise you this. It's going to be okay. And not only is it going to be okay, everything you believe in is going to come true. Everything that your soul yearns for, those highest little figments of sort of tangible something that you feel like you're called to, the things that you want to manifest in this life, you will manifest those things. And it's going to be okay. I promise you that.
Thanks.
Cool.
Awesome. Yeah, did you hear that? Your dreams are going to happen. North and South Node, karmic return. Yay. Awesome. Oh, and by the way, do you like my new glasses? Yeah, I've broken about 6 pairs, right? Transformation will do that. You'll break all this stuff. All right. So anyways, thank you, Joey. That was awesome. Awesome. So this is about, living your dreams, because it's coming. It's coming and it's happening. It doesn't mean there isn't challenges, but it's happening, right? Okay. So go ahead. Who's next?
Emily Gonzalez.
Thank you. Thank you.
She said, "Hi, Lynn. I'm getting many numeric signs from my departed sister, Mary. Do you pick up any messages from her for me?"
All right. What's Mary's full name? And if you got her birthday, that would be great. Who is this? Emily?
Emily.
Emily.
Gonzalez.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Emily.
And she did say she sent a donation.
You know what's so funny? I was just going to thank you for that. I thought I saw your name in there, but I don't know. My phone is like fucked up. and I think I see things and then it pops off and disappears and I'm like, where did that go? And I thought I saw your name. So thank you. Thank you for your donation. It's a crazy world, right? Okay. What did she say what her sister name is?
She said Mary Helen, and birthday is 2764, February 7th.
Yeah. Okay, so Mary Helen is crossed over and she wants messages from her, correct? Yeah, Mary is like Mother Mary. She is a very high-end Christ energy soul. It's in your family lineage, absolutely. What's interesting is that's the beginning, and that's who she came in here as. So she's a very loving soul like Mother Mary, right? She has a lot of beautiful gifts and amazing energy. In the middle of her life, she said Mary Helen. What is her last name? Did she put that up?
I'll let you know when she sends it.
All right, when she does, and the birthday, if you could, please. And what it comes in is Helen. Interesting enough, Helen is a power name, like Helen of Troy. Okay, so as she matured, she was really she really was a power energy. There was nothing that you weren't gonna tell her, right? In other words, she had her own ideas and her own ways, and it's Helen of Troy, right? It's almost like a Taurian energy. It's a very powerful energy. It's a very stubborn energy. So she has a lot of this energy in her, but she absolutely 110% is a beautiful soul, and she was about doing the right thing according to her gauge. Sometimes we get a little skewed with doing the right thing, and we have misunderstandings and things like that based on our belief systems as we go through life and acquire more and more wisdom via living, by living our lives, right? Let me just see here.
Last name is Gonzalez.
All right.
And birthday's February 7th, 64.
Yeah. February 7th, 1964.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this makes her Aquarius. And it's funny that you say that, yeah, because there's a lot of thinking going on in her head, and that's where the fucked upness would come. Like if she had challenges with you would be, or anybody would be result of, stubborn Aquarian energy, again, thinking that you know what's best, it's your way or the highway, and then overthinking stuff, toxic thinking. Righteousness, there's a lot of righteousness comes in with this energy. So Aquarius is your super intellectual sign, and they're super gifted, right? It's this is the age of Aquarius. So with this energy, you have some incredible magic, incredible gifts, but what's going on out there is it's manifesting, just like we talked about Pisces in the beginning of the show. There's a healthy space of Pisces, and then there's a not healthy space of Pisces, right? So the same thing is true of all of our signs, right? The higher you vibrate, the more you come from good, the more well you are, the more you work with God, the more you work with love, the more your gifts go for good and great things happen for you, amazing things happen for you. So your sister was absolutely brilliant, whether anybody recognized it or not, whether she could get it together or not. There were definitely, her life was challenging though. It's kind of like a fuck storm of explosions, right? And when her energy goes around, it brings it to the whole family. And so this is not, or anybody and everything that she's around, because being an Aquarius, that's how it works. That energy is electrical, so it causes, surprises, surprises in health, surprises in exits, surprises in, genius, surprises in everything, so that energy comes with her, okay? It's part of, in many ways, shape, or form, really, you could say it's part of who she was or is within her energy. Let me see. Did she wear hats and scarves a lot? Because she's showing me like hats and scarves, and I feel like she even did this as an adult as well. Would wear hats and scarves. Really liked hats and scarves. So that is definitely coming in for her. Now it could be, it could be not just that, but with you. But you can also look through pictures too. She's telling me, but she's also guiding me to tell you to look through pictures. Yeah. It's interesting. Spoken like true Uranus energy. Tonight's like a class of surprises, apparently. Right? So she told me to tell you to look through some old pictures, because there's answers to what you've been looking for through a box of old pictures. Okay? So she's telling me to tell you that. So there's incredible wisdom there, and that's well-spoken Aquarius, Let me just see here. Yeah, like when I say well-spoken Aquarius energy or well-utilized Aquarius energy, it's about surprise. So I feel like she's working with that energy to share with you some gifts. What?
She said that she died suddenly in a car accident.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There you go, and that's the Uranus energy, yeah, and but it doesn't have that one place of accident. So Rachel was saying that she said that she died suddenly in a car accident, but interesting enough with that. And that would tell me she probably has some pretty powerful Mars placements, as well as, and we were just talking about it today, the stars, those fixed stars, man, they can kick your ass, right? If you get the right alignment in the stars, but it's all part of the soul's grand design. So it's not like anything up here was bad or a detriment to her. Really, it's all part of the grand design of everything that is God in her soul, and this was her destiny, because I feel like she left a while ago, and interesting enough, when I say stuff like that, she could have left, a while ago in this energy or in this earth world, right? And also what comes in is that she could have left a while ago in a different way, like mentally, physically sick, things like that, that'll come in for a lot of people with drug addictions, or mental sickness, right? Stuff like that. where they actually, or dementia or Alzheimer's where they leave, right? So there's so many different ways to see this energy. All right, God, what's the God's honest truth here? Interesting enough, there are two cars that come in for her. A blue one, like a dark blue one, and a red one, like a candy apple red, that she's showing me, and a dark blue one, like a midnight blue, like my favorite midnight blue color, that's the stars in the sky at night. Yeah, that's what comes in. Really cool stuff. Let's see. I'm asking her soul, what's going on, and she's just showing me the energy, and I'm going through the energy with her and of her. And what's interesting is what she's telling me is she was just driving, and then what she's saying, it was like boom, and it was over, and it was over. And she was saying there was suddenly an exit, and my soul took it, and and went with it. And that's an Aquarian thing, right? Absolutely 110% Aquarian thing. They will create things like that. And then if you put Mars energy on top of that, or Mars conjunct that, most people who have these placements are headed for a bruising at some point, or, challenges in their life with accidents, right? But, the more you work on your soul, this isn't set in stone. The more you work with God, the more you work with love, it is ultimately nothing happens to you. You create your reality. You decided this before you came in for your best experience, and so did she. What she is doing, interesting enough, is she's throwing up her hands in the air and she's saying, I couldn't take it anymore. Right? So this is really important for you to get an understanding on why she left or how she was feeling as well. When she crosses over, though, I'm not feeling it was a conscious energy. Now she's talking about it consciously because her soul is able to do that. But when she was in that space, she wasn't consciously saying, I'm leaving. This is done on a subconscious soul level. And that's what people don't realize, is that your soul, your subconscious soul, runs the show. Many times you'll know about it, but ultimately your subconscious soul runs the show. She's also showing me tall strands of like grass and daisies. Okay. She's also saying she's sorry, but there's not a lot of emotion behind it, which is interesting. I almost feel like, she's sorry, but she's disconnected from those emotions. I think it's too painful for her to experience. So she's saying she's sorry, but she's like disconnected from her emotions, which would also be like why she would throw up her hands and say, I can't take it here anymore. I can't take it here. And we're talking about this because there's answers that she's telling me that your soul is really kind of asking universe and that you wanted to know. And this is about healing. She's also telling me she loves you guys very, very much. Very much. But there was an awkwardness about her where shit would come out of her mouth that, people weren't comfortable with. It's kind of like she'd want to say she loved you, but the wrong words would come out and the wrong things, and she's a mess with it, in communication and her communication style and in the energy. Let me just see what else comes in. Anything else? But she is telling me, and she wants you to know that she loves you so much. So much. And she's saying this is about a healing that's been a long time coming. And she's, and this is the best way she's ever been able to express herself. And while it's not a lot, the point is clear. She feels like she's really relieved that she got to express this energy to you. Anything else that she says?
She said that Emily, she herself, wore hats and scarves.
Okay. Mm-hmm. See, and that's what happens. Like, I feel like somebody's wearing, yeah.
And she says thank you.
Yeah, you're super welcome. And you may not connect with the cars and stuff, but you may connect on it, connect with it down the road. You may connect with it through the pictures, but look through the pictures because there's answers in those photographs. Look through photo albums, pictures that, let's say, your aunt has or somebody else has in your family, or, ask God to lead you to them. Ask your heart to lead you to them, and they will. And to those answers. What's funny is I feel like there's something about some missing money too. I don't know if you were aware of this, but like dollars, it's either hidden or was hidden either in her stuff or somewhere. So look for that. It may be in an envelope, in pictures, in a box. But I do feel like there's some money. It could be as much as a couple $1,000s or more, but it feels like it's in like $100 bills, or high-end dollar bills, high-end bills. So it's not like a big stack. It feels like it's leaner, but it's definitely it's money. It's like a bonus. It's kind of like money that she wants you to have. It's kind of like a really nice gift. Really nice gift. Super cool. Super cool. All right. That said, yeah. Anything else with that? Does she have? I think we're good.
Mary's car was red.
Yeah, that's her sister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Was that the one she had the accident in?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I would assume so.
Yeah, I feel like that's the car she had the accident in, because it comes in as a Mars energy and a fiery energy, and boom. Yeah. And what do they say about red? Red is fast cars. The cops pull over the cars that are red all the time. A red flag. You know what I mean?
Insurance for red cars is higher than other cars too.
Yeah. I remember them.
It was that car.
Yes, yeah, and that's Mars, fire energy, passion energy. Yeah, it totally comes in with that. And Mars is an action energy, a wild energy, race car driving, cars, sports, that whole kind of thing. Yeah, so definitely. So thank you. Thanks for sharing. And anything else, Spirit? Anything else? No. She's around you. A lot. There is something about her sitting on the couch. One of the things that comes in is she's always folding her legs, and she's concerned with being proper, and sitting properly, etiquette, you doing the right thing, and how people perceive her. It was very important to her. Her look, her appearance, all of those things were very important to her. She's telling me all these things. We're using all these things to connect with you. Okay. So, neat stuff, huh? Really cool. All right. Okay, so anyone else next?
Faith Foster.
All right. Hi, Faith.
She writes, I've been struggling with my home being uninhabitable and not having luck so far with finding a lawyer or getting things moving the way it should, and being displaced, and needs something to come through. She then writes later in another comment, I see numbers and little signs, but this has been going on 2 months. Filing myself tomorrow, but don't know what I'm doing, and praying things align soon.
She's what tomorrow?
Filing, F-I-L-I-G. That's filing, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. I feel like she's going to the courthouse to
do something different.
Yeah, to handle it in her own way.
Okay. It's funny that you say that. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't surprise me if you had some of the same shit I got going on in my chart, right? Right now we are kind of displaced in our home. If you watch our shows and you come to them, you will probably know what the story is. But we've been doing this for like 8 or 9 months now, and it's a bear. So my heart totally goes out to you. Pray on everything. Ask love. Ask God for everything you need, okay? Including with this, because we're up against huge, massive walls and challenges. So you will probably have a lot of the same things that I got going on in my astrology chart, especially in your solar return, as well as your transit. You'll find all those. And then you got your progress chart and a bunch of other stuff. But even if you aren't into astrology, that's okay. You don't have to be. What I'm picking up on, I hate to say this, but I feel like this is going to be a battle, and it'll probably be another 4 or 5 months. So if you can move in with somebody who you know that you can trust, a personal family member, or a friend, and you work it out though within those spaces, and save all your documents, everything, right? Because if you have to go to court, you want to make sure that you have everything that you need on paper, and you pray and you ask God for those things. I feel and this is these times. This is a bear, right? There's issues here in our shopping center. Still, we have ceilings leaking over and over. We're fighting with the landlord. They don't do the right thing. So this is really the challenges we are going through in these times, right? Darkness has basically taken over, and people don't and won't and aren't doing the right thing. And this is those challenges. So this is about you persevering through these hard times, having faith, working with God, bringing you to a higher knowing, bringing you appreciation from love for the house that you have, the family that you have, the people in your life, a place to stay, homeless people out there who don't have a home, right? And all these things. This is all about your higher knowing in your soul and your learning and growth, right? Because really your home isn't here. Your home is here. Your home is with the people you love. So you're going to be fine. You're going to make it through this. Ask for the best people, the best place to stay, the best of everything you need, and ask God for the best plan, the best solutions, the best of everything you need in Earth world, right? And everything will be that way from love. They'll clear your blocks and change that stop that from happening so that you can move forward with this. But remember, everything is in God's time, and we are all going through it. Everybody is in our own way. But your story so relates to ours. But remember, there's underlying motives here. All right. There's underlying reasons why this is happening. So think about what's going on in your life. Is anybody threatening you, right? Or who are the people that are involved here? Is there any way that you're in some kind of danger? And I'm not here to freak you out about it, right? But these are some of the things and the reasons why universe, right, God, love, energy, would keep you out of your home in these times. Maybe the structure is so bad that you can't live there and it's not safe, okay? And maybe there's some evaluating in here, right, to create that you must work in here that you must do to create the home out here, okay? So all of these things are all bits and pieces of what's coming in. I'm going to ask God to clear, heal, and change this energy for you so that you can move forward. But we're all in a massive waiting period and a massive waiting time, so I don't feel like this is going to move forward quickly anytime soon. And it doesn't feel like it's because of something bad that you're necessarily doing. It feels like this is about what you've asked God for, what your dreams are. And so these are all energies or lessons, or I hate to use the word lessons, but it's really experiences that we must work through in Earth world that bring us to higher knowing of God. That's why they say when you live your life with age comes wisdom, because you've worked through it all already or have been working through it all in this life, right? So you know about these things. And this is about all of us learning and going through this in our physical reality for greater wisdom, for our destiny, for our journey to heal, to clear, to release. And this is what this is truly about. All of these things feel like this is the energy of what's going on here. But you still have to address it and balance all of this. And you have to do what it takes in Earth world. In other words, you have to do a filing or whatever you need to do, right? Ask God, ask love for everything you need and the best outcome from love, because that's how you do it. That's the best way to work with this energy. Clear your blocks that stop that from happening, and thank you, God, for these gifts. For what is her name?
Faith.
For faith. Now, please, from love in the purest form, in this reality, any reality, and all that is. And thank you, God, for that for us. So you got this. It's going to be a little bit of a struggle, but the whole thing is the more you fight it and the more pissed off you get about it, it's Saturn, man. It's a fucking bear. The more you fight it, the more it kicks your ass. Can't tell God what to do. None of us can. So your best bet is say, okay, God, if this is how it's supposed to be, what do I need to know? What do I need to understand? How do I deal with this? What can I create? Let me be happy that this is happening. Show me all the gifts and tools and magic. What is going on here that I can't do this or that I don't have this? And what are all those reasons why? Because this is all about you working with God, advancing your soul to the spaces and dreams that you've asked God for. And this is, we're all going through it. We're all going through it, tough shit. It's really tough shit. All right. So, all right. So thanks God for these gifts, for faith now, please, from love. And what's so crazy, what is your name? Faith. This is about really having faith. Ooh, crazy shit, right? Well, God is amazing. Just amazing. All right. So you got this, girl. And you're not alone. We're all going through it. Yeah. All right. So who's next?
I think that's everybody online right now.
Soph had her question.
Soph's got a question? Okay. Okay, great. Good.
Well, I was wondering if you got anything on the Emily Ghost Girl that you're picking up on.
Oh, thanks.
I don't know if you've talked about it.
No, we haven't. What time is it?
8:43.
Okay, it's 8:43. So Sophia's question is she wanted to basically remind me, I think, right, about Emily. Well, Sophia wanted to talk about what happened this week, which is what I was going to talk to you guys about, and I was hoping to get to the stars and the stuff like that, but we had a lot of wonderful questions this week, and I'm super grateful. Thank you, guys. Thank you. But also, the story that I wanted to tell you is Sophia was just inquiring about is this week I went to do a house clearing for a woman who has a little boy, and the little guy is 2 years old, and he's a beautiful, beautiful soul. And it's really amazing what happens, right? A house clearing. So what's happening is the woman has a 2-year-old boy, right? And I'm not going to use any names because we want to do anonymity here because this is what's wisest, guided by God and love energy to honor and respect people unless, of course, they want me to share, okay? So what happens, she calls me up, her sister calls me up, we come over, we go to do a house clearing because her little boy is I believe 2 years old and he's seeing ghosts. So I go there to the house and there's a ghost and she has a whole video of the 2-year-old seeing ghosts and he's like, ghosts in the closet. Remember Lucky in the closet? He's going, ghosts, he's saying on the thing and he's getting afraid with it, but the mom is really handling it really good. So I go there and the mom is borderline, meaning like she's sort of in the journey. She's got like 1 foot in. It's kind of like you get 1 foot in the pool and then you take it out and then you put the foot back in the pool. And I'm talking about in the spiritual beliefs that we have and teach here. You know what I'm saying? So she's got 1 foot in, she pulls it out, and so they have this beautiful, lovely home, and I go out there, but the mom is super connected, but she's not really conscious that she's super connected, right? So I'm doing sage around the house, right? And I open the garage door, and it's loaded with all these supplies, right? Because she's stocking up for what's coming and shit, And I'm like, oh yeah, like you're in tune, right? And we had a little conversation about that. But so we do the sage all around her house, and we have an appointment, and what she really wants me to do is get rid of this ghost. Right? This ghost that is in her house. She doesn't know what it is. She doesn't know what it looks like. And so I sat in her living room and I talked to her son and I talked to her and I said, look, we can do this house clearing, right? Which I said we did, right? We did do the house clearing. All right. So I said, and I'll give you tips and tools on what you need to do, stones that you can use, how to work with God, how to work with love, to work with this so that this becomes the best that it can be for you from love. And you can open up your gifts and you can work with this energy. I said, because here's the deal. I said, your son is 2 years old. He is super, super gifted. All right. So, and while you don't really comprehend that, right, and you think that what's going on in your house is just a ghost in your house, but that's not really what's going on. The little boy is a portal. He has amazing gifts that are as a medium, and he's super metaphysical. So I said, when this ghost leaves, there'll be another one coming, all right? Because this is how it works. His soul is bringing these energies in. And then she starts to tell me, well, there is a graveyard in the back. And I'm like, yeah. She said, I think the property has a graveyard in the back of my house, a beautiful piece of property, right? But isn't that how our home was? It's built on ancient burial in Native American burial grounds, from what I understand, which is something we got to look more into. Interesting enough, right? So this little boy has these amazing gifts, right? But he's sitting on the floor, and the mother's like, okay, I said, I can get this, I can ask this ghost to leave. I said, and so can you, and I'm going to give you the tools to do that, just like everything we teach on the show. I said, we can get rid of this ghost. We can ask her to leave. We can ask her to go to the light. I said, but you can also talk to her because she likes your son. She likes your family. She wants to be around him. Not unlike, if you remember back, there was Tiara, and Laura's daughter Tiara, had a ghost that was around her too. A similar kind of thing. So this ghost loves her little boy, wants to be around him, loves to hang out with the family, loves the energy, loves the house, and wants to be there. She is, I think it's from the 16th century, and she is from, is it 16th? I think it is. What time period is it? Thank you, God, for reminding me what time period it is. So as I'm sitting in there, the ghost is in the house, right? And she's sitting on the couch. All right, there's like two couches. I'm sitting on one over here, and then there's another one over here, and the ghost is sitting on the chair over here, and me and the mom is sitting here, and the boy is playing on the floor. And she says, well, she's like, well, I got to get rid of this ghost. I said, well, this ghost is a girl. She's about 10 or 11 years old. She has long blonde hair that comes down to here. It's like blondish brown. It's like a light brown blondish hair. I said, and she's wearing a dress that goes to like here, and it's got like fluffy stuff in it. And her name is Mary Elizabeth, and she's from Victorian times. Okay, so she has a lot of queen energy. All right, but she loves your son, and she loves the property, and she has come in, right? And so I said, because your son has these beautiful, amazing gifts to help people as a medium. He has so many tools about death and dying and healing and transformation and dimensional stuff, right? And I said to her, this is Cancer energy, and Cancer meaning Cancer is your most powerful medium connection energy in all that is astrology and all that is God. Why is that? Because Cancer bridges dimensions. It bridges it's known as the top of the ocean, the surface. So it bridges the earth, it bridges the air, it bridges the water, right? And the depths. So it's a multi-dimensional energy, and it opens the doorway to the subconscious soul. And this leads you into multi-dimensional places. Does everybody understand that? Okay. So this said, your son, right, has these gifts to help and to teach people. I said, and you may not understand this, but in the future, he has the propensity to do amazing things. And then she starts to tell me, well, she's got an older son, and he kind of does the same things, but he shut it down. And I'm like, see, and I explained to her, it's in the family line. It's in the family lineage. If you have these gifts in your family, it's going to show up in your kids. It's going to be in you. And then I said, this is Cancer energy. And then she looks at me, and I said, what's your birthday? And what do you think she said? July 23rd. And I'm like, there you go. I'm like, you yourself are Cancer Leo. I said, you have a shit ton of this energy. You have these gifts too, right? So this is about her son having this journey with her. And this is about soul contracts and agreements to change and heal themselves with this energy, as well as work out here in the collective into the future. So this is about a joint destiny of healing and gifts and opening our gifts for the new future and the new world that is coming. But she's not really comfortable with this, right? And so I said these things to her, and then he's sitting on the ground, and he's playing with like 5 toys. He's got like 3 little trucks, and he's got a little doll. And I looked at the doll, and I said to her, what is that toy? She goes, oh, that's a toy that's a cartoon character, right? And I said, what is the name of that toy? And she goes to me, oh, the toy's name is Luna. Do you know what Luna is? Moon. And so here's the boy. He loves that toy. He's holding it all the time, right? Because this toy is helping him. And many of you might know it who have little kids, right? Who know about that little Luna character that I didn't know about, but yet I knew that it was all connected to all of this, right? But this also helps me show her what the truth is in earth world reality, so she can what? Connect to it, right? All right, so he's got this little Luna doll, right, and he carries it all over the place, and so he's happy with that Luna doll. She says he brings that doll everywhere, right? So this toy is literally helping him with these gifts, Cancer, Moon, and all the gifts of Cancer, family, right, love, right, mediumship, metaphysical gifts, right, everything that has to do with Cancer, all right, Cancer energy. So this said, right? This is the funniest shit too. He's got 3 little cars, and there's this white one that he starts rolling around on the floor. And I look at her and I go, what's that? And she goes, oh, that's his car. It's a ghost biter. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, right? Could this not tell you anymore the truth of what's going on here? But, and I said, it's so incredible. This stuff is so incredible because the universe is constantly showing us this stuff in our reality, right? So here's the ass kicker. So she gets upset. I can see I'm telling her all these tools and that she can deal with this and she can embrace this and he has incredible gifts, but she's not ready for this. And I know that. So we cleared a whole bunch of blocks, right? And we did some energy work, and I gave her the tools, told her some stones to get, I told her some tools to help her keep the least amount of these energies out of her house. And I said, do your spiritual work, talk to God, pray on things, everything will come together. It'll be fine. But then she says to me, I said, you can work with this ghost if you want. She's really quite lovely. She's beautiful. And she says to me, she goes, I really just want this ghost to leave. And I'm like, okay, if you really want this ghost to leave, then we'll ask her to go. And so I asked her to leave. I asked the ghost to leave, and I said, thank you, God, and thank you, Mary Elizabeth, for leaving, going to the light, and going, to the best home for you, right? So I say all these prayers, right? And I send that energy out, right? and then we end our appointment, right? Our time together. We do the house clearing. I go outside. I get in my vehicle, and I look to my right, and there's Mary Elizabeth in my Jeep. And I'm like, fuck! Mary Elizabeth came home with me! I'm like, Jesus Christ in heaven, right? You can't make this shit up. It was so crazy. I was like, okay. And I'm like, you know what? If you want to come with me, come on, we're going, So everything is about what? Your perspective, right? What you believe. But it's an incredible story because there's so many cool tools and gifts in this, right? And wisdom, right? In time when they're ready, everything in God's time, hopefully in time they'll embrace this energy, right? Because they're super magical gifted souls. And this is where the world is going, right? So this said, Mary Elizabeth is still down in one of our buildings here. Mary Elizabeth really likes Sophia, okay? She does. But why would that be? Because Sophia has a Cancer moon, and Sophia sees shit all the time. Shit meaning people, energy, right, Sophia? She'll be sitting in the house, and Madeline be like, she'll be looking at something, and Madeline be like, what's going on, Sophia? What do you see? And Sophia's like, oh, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And Sophia won't tell you that, right? But that's the other thing. Cancer is very what? Secretive. That's Sophia, man. She's a bear. But that's why Mary Elizabeth is here. So if she likes Sophia, she's got some Cancer energy and she connects to that, right? And she loves young people because she's young. It's really cool shit, right? So we told her to go to the light. She's not ready to go to the light, and that's okay, right? It's okay. But in our people spaces, we can be afraid of these things. We can be tormented by these things, but really, when you have love, you have all the power, so nothing can harm you. Everything is about fear and love, because that's what creates, and it's about what you believe subconsciously and consciously. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so I wanted to share that story with you because it's so fucking funny. I was like, I couldn't believe she was in my Jeep. I was like, I looked over there, and I'm like, no. Who knew, right? The best home for you was with me. I'm like, shit. So it's really funny, but this is also why I love the work that we do, because it's fascinating. It's super fascinating. Every day we have stories like this, things like this that go on in our life, as well as challenges. I know I talk so more often than not about so many challenges in these times, right? It's nice to share some of these cool metaphysical things, and this is a great forum to be able to do that. Okay, so that said, any last questions by anybody out here?
We have Teresa.
Okay,
Lloyd.
Teresa.
She's asking, as an empath, how she can avoid taking on negative energy.
Oh, girl, sage, get your sage on, do your prayers, do your spiritual work, ask love to be free, ask love to protect you, ask love to be free of that energy. It is a super challenge. You can also bring stones. You can get a whole bunch of stones to protect you that you can keep on you as well. Ask love to be free of it. Do periodic clearings because there's a lot of darkness out there. So it is definitely challenging. there's certain stones that you can use and have that will be super protective for you and will absorb darkness and dark energy. Things like black tourmaline are great for like EMFs and electronics, right? Having black tourmaline, and also clear quartz crystal, Lumarian quartz crystal, rainbow quartz crystal, right? These will help keep you lifted up, as well as increase the power of any stones that you do get 10 to 100 fold. Amethyst, citrine comes in, and moonstone as well. And moonstone is great if you have medium gifts as well, connecting to the moonstone. You can get them in spheres and put them around your house as well, but you can also put them in bags and carry them around. I know lots of people who put stones, girls or ladies who put stones in their bras, right? You can put them in your pocket in a little bag. We keep stones in our cars, as well as sage. Get the energy off of you. Ask love to be free of that energy. Ask love to be free of it getting on you, right? Because this is a big part of the issues, especially if you are a water sign, right? You have a lot of water placements. The energy tends to get on you more across the board because you're super gifted, right? So you have this higher end metaphysical connection. Everybody has these placements in some way, shape, or form. Everybody does. So it's not like these water signs are better than some other signs. Not true. But if you have a lot of water energy, sometimes it seems like you're drowning in emotions and you take on everybody's shit. And this is part of the challenge of having a lot of water energy in your chart. Okay? Also, there's something else that comes in here. Thank you, God, for bringing me back to that. The prayers to clear it, the stones, the sages, different sages, okay? Also, there's oils, there's sage sprays that can also help clear this energy off of you. But there was one other thing that universe was guiding me to share. Could you please bring that back now, please, for Teresa and all of us, God? From love. Thank you, God, for that for us. Now, please. Okay, here it is. When you do your spiritual work, the higher you vibrate, the less shit gets on you, and for less amount of time. So by working with God, working with love, the more you do what we teach, the higher you will vibrate. Whether you ask for, a lighter, right, or you ask for sage, thank you. Whether you ask for, anything that you ask for, you are calling in universe and working with universe, working with love, and this automatically raises your vibration. As well as the more you do your spiritual work, your internal work, and create your reality and work with everything that is God, that is love, the higher you vibrate, the less crap you will get on you, the less energy like that. So all of these are great gifts and tools for everybody here, being an empath, right? Because you can't be highly spiritual gifted without being an empath, okay? Because empath is connecting with all that is creation, which is emotion. Oh, thank you. That was great. Just like that. Just totally needed some sage, right? You see all the smoke there? Yeah, that totally clears. You need some, Ray?
I'm getting it. I'm good.
Okay, good. You getting it too, Joey?
I'm getting it.
All right. So that said, I think we're good for tonight. We'll probably hit the fixed stars next week. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll probably do that Sunday night at 7:15 for our live talk forum next Sunday. We will see you on Wednesday. Wednesday's our next show, Right Thing Show, doing the right thing from love. So you can bring your problems, anything that comes in there. You're looking to know what the right thing to do is, whether it's, at family dinners or holidays, or, when you get a tax bill, always any kind of answer, anything you need from love, the best solutions, gifts, and tools, and how to do the right thing and live your life from love. That's what Wednesday's show is about at 7:15 every Wednesday. And then again, as you know, Medical Intuitive, 6 and 12 on Friday nights at 7:15. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you all for your donations, sharing what we do. And together we change the world from love, man. And that's just the greatest. All right.